3 races down, 18 to go in the 2019 Formula One season. Mercedes and Ferrari look to be the two dominant teams again this year, and the midfield battle is shaping up to be extremely competitive. I'm here with special guest Alex Mancuso and our F1 expert David Flynt to make sense of all the twists and turns we've seen so far this season. So David, does Red Bull have a chance to steal a win from the Silver Arrows or the Prancing Horses?
In short, no, and in long, very much so, no. Mercedes and Ferrari are just too good. The gap they have engineering-wise, not to mention driver-wise, between you've got Hamilton, who is arguably the best Formula One driver of all time. Sorry, Michael Schumacher fans. You've got Bottas, who is a more than serviceable second driver at Mercedes and finishes second or third with regularity. Vettel, the consummate veteran at Ferrari, just doing what he does. And Charles Leclerc have been really impressive in that Ferrari thus far. Could have won the second race if not for a mechanical problem pretty late in that one. But Max Verstappen's really having to overdrive the car, which he does a lot. But he's doing it more this year than he has in the past. Red Bull's got the new Honda engine, to which it still baffles me why they decided to make that move, because it makes absolutely no sense. So in short, Red Bull's not going to get a win.
I'm going to have to disagree because right now, Ferrari and Mercedes are going head-to-head for the top spot, but Red Bull is on the rise. Max Verstappen has continually been in P3 or in P4 at the finish line. Now, Gasly, the second Red Bull driver, started in Australia, finishing in 11th place, but then in Bahrain, he moved up to 8th place, and then in China, he finished 6th place, setting the fastest lap record as well. And so Gasly's on the rise now, and Ferrari has been unreliable these past 3 races with mechanical failures, such as what you mentioned with Leclerc in Bahrain, and that's going to cause an opening for Max Verstappen to chip away at them. And once Max Verstappen takes out one of the giants like Vettel or Leclerc, that's going to create an opening for Gasly to come in and give that extra momentum to take one of the top spots. So right now, Red Bull has continually had both drivers finish in both races. Gasly's on the rise right now, and that's why I think they can take down Ferrari. Mercedes is a different story just because they've continually been at the top of their game these last 3 races, but we're still only 3 races in. But I wouldn't count Red Bull out just yet.
Mercedes 3 wins. Lewis Hamilton, you mentioned, David, 2 wins by himself representing his team. Which team has surprised you most in the midfield, either good or bad? Alex, we'll start with you.
So the team that surprised me the most for bad, honestly, is Renault. Preseason testing, they were one of the hottest teams. Nico Hülkenberg, the German driver, set some of the fastest times in preseason testing. And then they also got Daniel Ricciardo, who is arguably one of the best drivers of his generation, but they just haven't followed through. They've never had a race, Renault has never had a race where both drivers have been able to finish. They both have either backed out due to technical failures in Bahrain, or one or the other has to bow out because of mechanical failures. And so when you have great talent behind the wheel like Hülkenberg and Ricciardo, you need that expertise in the pit crews and in the mechanics and in the car to back that up. And Renault just has been dropping the ball and has failed to capitalize on their 2 drivers' extreme talent.
They've got talent, but they've had reliability issues, as you said, much the same with McLaren, who's in a very strange spot. They finally got rid of what Fernando Alonso used to call the GP2 engines of Honda, and it hasn't fixed a thing, it seems. Carlos Sainz has basically no pace, has failed to finish a couple races, doesn't have any points yet. Lando Norris has been a bright spot, taking over Stoffel Van Dorn's seat from last year. He's got 8 points on the year, and he's out-qualified his more veteran teammate Sainz a few times, but McLaren just is in a strange spot, and it seems like they're putting a lot more of their resources on Fernando Alonso's Indy 500 effort, which comes out of the same shop and same brain trust with Zach Brown at McLaren, and we know Fernando Alonso's talent. That doesn't need to be debated.
So very quickly before we go, guys, which team wins the Constructor Championship? It's going to be a team name. David?
It's going to be Ferrari.
Mercedes. It's going to be Mercedes.
2 different answers there. Well, there's the checkered flag, but do not go anywhere. Up next, our NFL Draft experts will be joining me and Andrew to tackle the offseason's most anticipated event.